everybody, how are you? This is Mrs. Demas. I am recording for the week of April 27th. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for all of the letters that everyone wrote. One of the assignments for last week for letter writing, month of April, was to write your teacher because she misses you so much. Oh, I do miss you guys so much. And the letters that I've received were, of course, lovely. Everyone is missing our classroom and their friends and their teachers and Mr. Bishop and the office ladies, and they were just really, really sweet letters. So I'm right there with you guys. I miss you guys. I miss our day. I miss our routines. I miss our class and our friends and everything. So right there with you guys, like I said. What we're going to do first for the announcements is I'm going to do a little picture show of some of our accomplishments that our friends have been sending me, your parents have been emailing me. Some of them I've been tweeting out, and usually I just do screenshots on my phone and I tweet those out. So here's the first one that I'm going to show you. This is not an accomplishment. This is when I was making dinner. Okay, that's an accomplishment because I don't really love to cook. You guys know this. That's Finn and Teddy, and I don't know what I was making. There's a pot that's empty sitting on the stove, so maybe I was getting ready. I titled it Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen. Okay, the first one is a beautiful letter to her mail person from Meadow, so that was a super sweet letter. I'm not going to keep them up here too long. I'm sure you guys do not want to read all of them. This was a really pretty quote, and I loved the little picture on it. It said, reading gives us somewhere to go when we have to stay where we are. I was going to put that in my next email blurb to your parents so you guys can appreciate that. And the mouse that's reading it has a little mask on. Because you know when we go to the stores and stuff, parents, we have to have a little mask on now to keep our germs to ourselves so nobody else gets our germs. This is from Noelle. It's a beautiful letter that she wrote to her Uncle Chris, saying thank you to her uncle for his service in the military. This is... I don't know how this got there. Teddy, sleeping on the job. Not sure what he's doing. He's not doing any work, but there he is. Teddy really needs a haircut, as you saw in my Flipgrid video. This is beautiful. Miss Layton Bishop there is doing her Raz Kids reading. Love it, love it, love it. You guys are doing a really great job getting on Raz Kids. Remember on Raz Kids, a little reminder, I set up new Raz Kids logins for you guys a little bit ago. So you're not choosing the Apple as your password. You all have your own word password that I chose for you, and it is special and unique to you. So if you don't know your password word, you should contact me, have your parents contact me, and I will let them know what it is, okay? And you're not going to share that with anybody because we don't want to get hacked, okay? And then there's HeadSprout also. You can choose Raz Kids or HeadSprout, and HeadSprout is more phonics. So it's letter sounds that you guys can work on also. And the levels go up a little bit higher on the new account, which is why I set that up. That way I can change the letters and the reading levels for you in the level up rooms. This is from Willa, and it's a beautiful letter to her letter carrier with a picture, and if I flip it sideways, my phone's going to flip it. And it's a beautiful thank you letter that she wrote to her mail person. That's lovely. This is also from Willa to her garbage man, thanking them for their service of collecting the garbage. And I know you guys can't really see it, but the phone is doing a nice reflection. The Faces of Earth project turned out adorable, where you guys were going to use earth materials to create faces of Earth. Beautiful. So Rory did the whole body. Love it. Maybe if I hold it further back, you can see it better. Look at that. She's got leaves as hair and twigs and stones, and she did the whole body of it. Love it. Rory, great job. Willa, wait, is this Willa's? I don't believe this is Willa. Who did the sugar glider? Jacob did a sugar glider poem. We are doing poetry in the month of May, and I know you guys can't see it because, like I said, my reflection, because I have two devices going. But Jacob, hang on to this idea for the month of May, because that's when we're going to talk about poetry. That is an excellent, excellent sugar glider poem. And then Jacob also did a face of Earth for Faces of Earth. That is a beautiful job, Jacob. And then here he is. Jacob, I see my face on that screen. You are listening to my math lesson on yardsticks and metric sticks. That is excellent work you're doing. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are doing an excellent job at home with your homeschooling. Meadow wrote me a beautiful letter, and again, I know you guys can't see it, but it's there. Willa also wrote a beautiful letter. Can't see it, but it's there. And Willa, I loved it. And Meadow, I loved it. These two lovely ladies did a beautiful job, Noelle and her sister Viv. They listened to Mr. Aboud's science, I'm trying to center it, presentation last week that he did on Facebook Live, and then they did it themselves at home. How awesome is that? Doing science all by themselves. That's not a picture, that's not a picture, that's math lessons, okay? Today is Earth Day that I'm actually recording this, so we are appreciating our Earth, okay? You don't have to look at that. Rory is doing a great job reading with her little tiny dog, Nova. How cute is this? That's adorable. And she also wrote a letter, and she wrote that it's a letter of appreciation, and she is writing that she appreciates all that this person has done. Rory, I'm not seeing who you wrote this to, I'm sorry. I think you wrote it to your mail person, your garbage collector. I'm not quite sure who you wrote that to, but it's a lovely letter. And then Noelle and her sister again took it upon themselves to plant some seeds in honor of Earth Day and science. There's their containers with their dirt. And then they planted some seeds. And what do you think they're going to do with those seeds? They're going to wait and wait and wait and spray some water on them. And they're going to watch them grow. What a great idea for springtime. That's beautiful. Okay, that is the end of my picture show. Okay, so let's talk about math really quickly. So, reflex math. I'm noticing a lot of you are making some really good progress on reflex math. Reflex math is a fact fluency site. Freckle math has some fluency in it a little bit, but reflex math is all fact fluency. Most of you are on plus minus still. Some of you that have already mastered plus minus, the addition and the subtraction facts. So I've put you on multiplication and division. Before it goes to division, it will have you master multiplication first. Okay, so you'll have to get through all of the multiplication and master them 100% first. Okay, the addition and subtraction work together though. You don't have to master one to get to the other. Okay, you guys are doing a great job on reflex math. If you need any codes, most of you are already on them, but if you're needing anything, if you've not been on anything that I'm talking about today, have your parents email me. I can help them get on, okay? I Know It Math, iknowit.com, okay, is something we are trying. Mrs. Green and I we're having you guys try it just because it's something new, something that we've not done before. Some kids were having a little trouble with freckle math because it was getting too hard too fast, so we decided to investigate something new, okay? So iknowit.com. You all have your passwords for that. And again, if you don't, contact me. I have them. Okay. I am assigning per category 1 skill per week out of all the categories. So it's about 5, maybe 6 skills per week. Some kids, if I notice that they're getting done with them super quick and they're finishing all of the problems, then I will assign just a few more just to certain people who are getting done with everything quickly. Okay, so it's not going to be to everybody. It'll just be to the people that I think can handle a few more. Okay, so that's math. So for math also, you're noticing, probably from last week, you had 2 new lessons that were video lessons that Mrs. Green and myself had done with you on the video, like I'm talking on the video right now. Okay. And we are also including in our learning document that we send out on Sunday to your parents 2 new games, okay? And we put the directions, and this week we included an array game video. So rather than just reading the directions, there's a link where you can actually watch kids play the game, okay? An array game is a beginning multiplication game, okay? An array is like an egg. Think of an egg carton. There's 2 rows, so 1 row, 2 rows of 6 each. 6 plus 6 is 12, or 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, that would be your array. This is not really something we've done in the classroom yet. We would be doing it in school right now, so it's a little bit new to you, okay? So you're going to watch this video on how to play this game, only this. This video is going to say you need these cards and that you have these cards. Well, you don't, because we don't have our math books. So you might have to make these cards if you want to play the game. It's very easy to do. Your parents probably will have to help you, but you're going to actually have to get some paper and your pencils or your markers or your crayons or whatever you have at home, just like we had to make like metric tapes or your yardsticks last week, or how you created, I saw like when Jacob was doing his work online, he created this actual page to do his work on. You're going to have to make, okay, your array cards, and it's kind of like concentration. So you're going to make your cards, cut them out, okay, so maybe parents can help you if it's too many cards for you to make. And like Mrs. Green told her class in her video, this might be your math for one day, because this might take you a long time to do. Sometimes in the classroom, like when we did our family triangles, it took a long time to cut all those out and put them in a Ziploc bag. So that might just be your math for that day, is just to get ready for this game, okay? So once you have everything made from the video that they have and cut out and put in a Ziploc baggie, now you can actually play the game, and it's like concentration. So like one card might say 2 times 2, and then another card might have 4. Okay, you have to find those two and match them together, okay? So that is the array game, and there's a video link to watch, okay? Okay, excuse me, reading and writing. We will continue this week with letter writing. You guys are doing an excellent, excellent job on letter writing. Does letter writing have to end though, because April is ending this week? No, of course not. You can continue to write letters to whoever you want. I mean, children. When I was a kid, we wrote letters to everybody. Of course, we didn't have email and text messaging and all of that, because y'all know I'm old. But we wrote letters to grandparents. We wrote letters to friends. We wrote letters. Thank you letters were a big one. How are you letters to grandparents that lived out of state. Those are all big topics that we would write letters to parents and other grandparents and everybody for. Okay. Mrs. Green got a book that she got to walk over to Gavin's house and pick up off his porch, and it's a really cute book, and it's called 10 Thank You Letters. So she recorded herself reading that book. It is in our document, so you can watch her, there's a link, reading that book. It's a super cute book. It's called 10 Thank You Letters. Okay, and then there's a little challenge at the end of that book, reading, that she gives to everybody, okay? So that is in our document. The link is there, okay? So the last thing we're going to talk about is author's purpose. Okay, so this would be our lesson if we were in school this week. We'd be getting into shifting from letter writing to author's purpose. Now, we've talked about this like in little conversations in our classroom when we've had like whole group conversations. What is the author's purpose? Think about that. Does that sound familiar to you? Hopefully I'm having some heads go like this. Yes, this sounds familiar to me. Okay. For example, you ask yourself, why did the author write this? Think of pie. Who doesn't love pie, right? Actually, some people don't love pie. My sister does not like pie at all. I like pie. I'm a little fussy about it though. I like apple pie with whipped cream on top, like at Thanksgiving time. I don't really like pumpkin pie though, so there's that. So pie, how do you spell it? P-I-E, 3 letters, pie. So you're going to put a meaning behind each letter of pie, and that actually has to do with author's purpose. That's what we're going to talk about today and this week, okay? So what does each letter stand for? That's going to help us remember this. P. What do you think P stands for? P. Persuade. Persuade. Okay, we just did persuasive writing. Please, Mom and Dad, I really want to get a puppy. I'll take care of this puppy. I'll walk him. I'll do anything you want. I'll pick up after him. I'll feed him all the meals. I'll play with him. I will clean up after him. I will do all the stuff. Okay, please, 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 please. Persuasive. Okay, so the P in pie is for persuasive. Is the author writing the story to try and persuade you to do something? Okay, so some stories are persuasive. They want to try and persuade you to do something, okay? Some friends are very persuasive. Some people are very persuasive. Some authors are very persuasive. They want to try and persuade you to do something, okay? I. What do you think the I stands for? We've got P, persuasive. I. What does it stand for? Any ideas? I know you're missing my humor in the classroom. I inform. Information. Now we also just did in the classroom information when we did our informational writing. I have all of those beautiful reports because I had brought them home on March 12th, the last day that we saw each other, my birthday. What a birthday that was, right? To grade them, and they're still on my counter because I haven't been back to school since. So informational writing is what we had just finished. And it is when the author is writing something to inform their audience about something. So that's nonfiction writing, informational nonfiction writing. I'm noticing, or I had noticed right before we were done, because of this virus, that a lot of my students were checking out of the library informational books, nonfiction books, because they wanted to learn about different animals, not just the polar bears or the panda bears or the manatees, but they wanted to learn about other animals, informational books. Okay, so there's P, persuasive, is the author trying to be persuasive. I, informational, is the author trying to be informational. Or E, okay, so some of you have already answered it. I know you have. What does the E stand for? Some of the kids in my classroom, this is their favorite genre. Because I see these books in their desks all the time, and I think, okay, let's get a little nonfiction now. There's a lot of this type in your desk. What do you think it is? E stands for entertain, entertaining books. These would be like your Dogman books. They're entertaining. They're not really teaching you much. They are not nonfiction books. They're not persuasive books. They're just entertaining books. They make you laugh, okay? Is that okay? Of course it's okay. You're reading. You're still using all your reading skills. You're comprehending. You're making sense of what you're reading. You're reading fluently, so that's all good stuff. Okay, you're seeing capitals, you're seeing periods, you're seeing how sentences look in a book. That's great. However, it's not really teaching you a whole lot. You're just reading for fun. That's okay. So E being entertaining reading, entertainment. Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. These are entertaining books. That's okay. These are fun to read. Dogman, Captain Underpants, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. These are what comes to my mind first. So those would be your E, entertaining books. So you've got your P, your persuasives, your I, your informational books, your nonfiction, and your E, your entertaining books. Okay? So that is author's purpose in a nutshell. That is your PIE. Why did the author write that book? What was their purpose? Okay? Were they trying to be persuasive, informational, or entertaining? When you take your NWEA test next year, or you guys are going to be in 3rd grade next year, when you take your first M-STEP test next spring, the test question might say, what was the author's purpose? Why did the author write that passage? What was the reason? Were they trying to be persuasive, informational, or entertaining? That's what they mean, okay? Does that make sense? Give me a thumb. All good? Make sense to you? Okay. So in our notes for our document next week, our learning document, there are 3, maybe 4, maybe 3, I can't remember, videos where you can watch the book being read, listen to the story being read, and then there are some follow-up questions. And then the following week, looking ahead to May 4th, I think, we have some writing activities that are going to go with the listening activities, okay? So, I think I've covered, I had to take some notes this week so I can make sure I covered all my PIE, author's purpose notes. Okay, so I believe that is it for author's purpose. That was 19 minutes of lots of talking from me. I'm going to do a separate video, which will be way shorter, of reading the last chapter of the Pixie Tricks book. I will include that link on the document as well. And then I would like you guys, if you have a minute next week, and I'll put it in my notes, to tell me what you thought of the Pixie Tricks book. Just a little paragraph, 3 or 4 sentences, maybe 5. Did you like it? Do you want me to read the 3rd one? It's the Aquamarina. She's the pixie trick, or the fairy. Should I find something else to read? What do you think? What are your thoughts? So I need a suggestion. What book should I start next? I'm going to try and do 2 chapters a week rather than just 1, okay? Because this one took a really long time to get through. mostly because we were out of school and we had this big interruption called the virus. So let me know what you thought of the Pixie Tricks, the Greedy Gremlin book after you've heard the last chapter, and then what is your suggestion for my next read aloud, okay? All right, guys, I miss you so much. I will talk to you soon, and you'll probably see me in a few minutes if you click on the next link for chapter 10. Bye-bye.